Hi friend. So here I am sitting on my unmade bed in my bedroom. And the reason I'm doing that is because we're talking about laundry and fragrances today. And I finally got my Branch Basics cleaner, laundry detergent in the mail. And so I am deep cleaning all of the bedding just to get it clean. I don't sleep well at night. It used to be really, really bad because I had a deviated septum and I didn't know it. And so I was just not breathing all night and would like wake up snorting because I wasn't getting enough air. So that's cute. But since I got my surgery on that, I sleep much better, but I still wake up like snotty and just congested and I don't feel good. So I'm trying to clean out the toxins, and this is kind of the first step. First step was pesticides that we're not spraying at our house anymore. But next step is all the linens. So this is going to be not like super comprehensive, but I learned a lot as I was trying to figure out where to start with linens. I have a previous video if you want to watch it on my changes with pesticides and cleaning supplies, but this is specifically going into like laundry, like clothing and bedding and that kind of thing. And also fragrances, so like candles and whatnot. So those are the two things that I'm talking about today. Okay, the first thing with laundry that I've been learning is I've always known this, but I guess it's hard to tell how important something is or how much of a difference it's going to make. And honestly, I'm not going to be able to tell until I make a lot of these changes. But I have always assumed you should have natural fibers for your clothing outside of, it seemed like, exercise clothes because you wanted something that was a little bit stretchier or whatever. And so I lean cotton and linen, especially for myself, and especially because I noticed that when I would wear synthetic fibers, I always had BO, and there was like nothing I could do about it. Every synthetic fiber top that I had would stink. And so I would just get rid of them because I could not get the stench out of them. And it didn't matter how often I cleaned them or what deodorant I was using. They always stunk. So I stopped wearing synthetic shirts a long time ago because I knew that that was a problem for me. But then learning more about it, I was kind of frustrated because it's like, even if you're buying cotton clothing, which is a good place to start. You can buy, all kinds of things that are natural fibers, but like cotton and linen and wool. And here, I have a list here, so I'll just pull it up and read it to you. Okay, cotton, hemp, silk, linen, bamboo, cashmere, and wool. Those are like 100% natural materials, right? But the problem is that, and I'm going to read this right off the Branch Basics website because they make it really clear, natural fabrics can still be made from highly sprayed crops, which require a ton of water, pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides to produce. And so when you're buying cotton clothing, even if it's 100% cotton, it has gone through the process of having pesticides sprayed on it and all kinds of other toxins. And by the time it gets to you, maybe some of that is washed out, but not all of it. So you want to look for 100% organic cotton, which is more difficult and more expensive. And so you have to be very careful and serious about building your closet and your wardrobe in a very specific way. And that's really hard for me because we're having a 5th kid here coming in February. And so we have a lot of kids to clothe, and they go through clothes really quick. And so I just have to decide that we're probably going to have less clothes that are going to be healthier for them, and we're going to have to take care of them better and just be more careful about what we're doing in them. And if they're getting dirty, they can have their overalls that are just their get dirty overalls or whatever. But we have to make very serious decisions about that when it comes to underwear, socks, like things that just are going to get dirty, and you have to deal with that. One of the things that they say to start with, just as you're getting into changing your linens and trying to make a healthier home life for you and your family, is to start with your pajamas and your bed sheets, because you spend most of your night sleeping in them. So you want to change those first because that's going to have the biggest impact on your health probably. At first I was like, well, that shouldn't really be a problem for me. Like generally I'm wearing a linen nightgown when I go to bed, and my sheets are all silk because we splurged on that a couple years ago so that we could have some good silk. And we also have a linen comforter. So I was thinking, you know, I'm probably pretty good in that regard. But then because I had watched everything in their free course, which I'll link below, so quickly, I was then like, okay, wait, like if the sheets could be a problem, like what about the mattress? What about the pillows? And then I started checking, you know, my mattress and my pillows, and everything is 100% polyester or some variation thereof. It's all synthetic. None of it's like an actual natural fiber. So then I was like, okay, well, do we have to change all that out? And I know for a fact that my kids' stuff is even worse because we got it on Amazon for kind of cheap because we were in law school at the time and didn't have a lot of money. So we were just trying to, you know, make sure everybody had beds to sleep in. And so thinking about it now, I'm like, okay, the decisions I've already made are poisoning my household, or that's what it feels like. And now I have to think, okay, what am I going to do to like get out of that? Like I've already wasted that money. It's already a sunken cost. And now I'm going to have to pay even more to make sure that we're healthier. So that's on my list, but it's later on my list. The bed sheets, the pajamas, and the underwear are like top of the list for me right now. Now, the good thing is there are a lot of 100% cotton or like natural fiber clothing stores for kids. It depends on what you're looking for. I really don't like a lot of prints on my clothes. The wonderful thing is people are kind of waking up to the fact that we have these issues with our clothing and that it's causing eczema and just tons of other issues in our kids, especially. And so there are a lot of brands that are offering 100% organic materials for their clothes, or bamboo or linen. And they're a little bit harder to find. They're definitely more expensive, but I'm hoping that the change in becoming a little bit more minimal in the choices of clothing that we're wearing will make a difference for my kids' health, for our home's health, and just our general overall opportunity to thrive. Some brands that I haven't bought anything from yet, but I'm really leaning towards buying things from, are Dilling for their merino wool underwear. Also Petite Plume, which is mostly pajamas, like linen pajamas. They look fantastic. Quince, I think it's called, or Quince. That's also another option for underwear. That's 100% organic cotton. There's also Mama Owl or Monica and Dandy, Green Rose. It is possible to get your hands on these kinds of clothes. The other option is just learning to sew yourself. I had a goal a long time ago to make myself a new wardrobe, and then I got pregnant. And, you know, your size changes quite a bit when you get pregnant. So I kind of put that off, and then we had my daughter, and then I didn't get to making the clothes, and now I'm pregnant again. So I'm thinking maybe after this pregnancy, I can get back to making clothes again. Especially if I'm feeling healthier and I have more energy and I don't feel so gross all the time. But moving on from the linens, because the bedding, bed sheets, the mattresses, the pillows, all of that, I would like all of it to change. But one of the easiest ways to help with your home is just get rid of all fragrances. So anything you plug into the wall needs to go. It's toxic. Any candles that you're burning, toxic, which I hate to say because every season my husband takes me to the store and we go shopping for candles that will, you know, make the season feel more like the season. We live in Arizona, so when it's fall, it's not fall, it's still summer. And when it's winter, it's not winter, it's like kind of getting into fall, sort of, but it doesn't feel like it. So we usually, at the beginning of each season, will go buy candles so that I can feel like it's more that season where we live, even though it's not at all. And now I can't really do that anymore. The one type of candle you can have that's really healthy, that's supposed to like pull dust and allergens out of the air as it's burning, is beeswax candles. which is kind of cool. And Branch Basics has like a beeswax candle that they use a cotton wick in. I haven't bought one yet, but it's on my list of things to do because we are a candle family. We have like little candlestick things that we'll carry around at night, especially during like Christmas time and the holiday season. And we try not to turn on the lights in our house when it gets dark and just use candles. So that will be something that I will be leaning on quite a bit. But I still love the flavors and the scents of the seasons. And so I was trying to think of ways that I could do that without bringing fragrances into my home. And it made me realize that simmer pots are actually one of the most ingenious things in the world because you are just using all natural ingredients to make your home smell amazing. So I'm going to be investing a lot more in doing that in the future so that I can have nice scents of the season in my home. And maybe I'll try that for this video, just as like a little addition. I know that I have tons of cinnamon sticks and nutmeg and cardamom and all kinds of things that I could throw in and make a really good batch of simmer pots. So maybe I'll do that. But the wonderful thing about it is to get rid of the fragrance, you don't have to buy anything. You don't have to replace anything. You can just get rid of it. It doesn't cost you anything. Whereas with the linens, you can't just get rid of all of your clothes and your bedding and everything. Like you need a bed and you need clothes, you can. So that's it for laundry and fragrances. I don't really have much to say about that outside of what I said, but for the next video that hopefully will be posted soon. If it is, then you should be able to click on it. It is for personal care and plastics and dealing with all of that. So think about like all of your bathroom essentials, thing like that. Everything you use, you know, in your kitchen that uses plastics, but like there's so much more to plastics than just that. It's like your kids' water bottles or any number of things. It's a little bit overwhelming. Anyway, and I'll go more into the details on that, how I'm going to approach it and change it. But just for now, laundry and fragrances is where I'm focusing today. So I'm going to get to that and I'll see you guys in the next video.